Right, this is just a quick walk around video, and this is for a Volkswagen Passat. This is the CC Coupe, 170 brake horsepower TDI, and it's the GT, and it's the later blue tech version. Car's finished here in silver, full black leather interior, sat nav. Yeah, it's just a lovely spec car, as you can see here. 2011 11 plate vehicle, in absolutely superb condition. It really is very clean, certainly belies its age or mileage, and there's very few marks of any note on the car. There is one obvious one which I will show you, and we'll come to in a second. The car's covered 116,000 miles, but as I said, it's taken them very well indeed. Come down the near side of the car, it's very smooth in the panel work. I think I saw one tiny little car parking dink on one of the doors, but it is very small, but I'll see if I can pick that out for you. Front alloy generally very good, just a little mark there that looks like it's just a bit of rubber. In fact it does, it just comes off under your fingernail, so the alloy there looks really nice and tidy. Come down the side here, as I said, there was a little imperfection. I'm going to try and pick it out for you if I can. I can't find it again now, I'm sure. I do apologise. It was around here somewhere. There's a tiny little car parking dink, but it's very hard to spot. Rear alloy again, just a little mark on the alloy there. You can see just a tiny little scuff mark, but this stuff which should literally just rub off relatively easily. Worth pointing out, we have not cleaned or valeted this car. I wanted to do this while it was in the condition it came into us, because I think that's the best way to do it on this particular car. It's been kept in such nice condition. Come in the back of the vehicle, all again in very good order. So just panning there, you can see it is the BlueMotion technology vehicle. And offside of the car, again very clean in the panel work. It really is. Still some very good tyres as well. So the chap has kept the car in very nice condition. The alloy pretty much unmarked. And then panel work down the side, again really clean. Final alloy again very good, just a tiniest bit of light curbing on the outside of the wheel itself, but really nice. So I should have gone over the bonnet for you, I do apologise. There's hardly a stone chip of any note on there. It is very original, but it's just hard to believe it's on the miles it's done. It's in that good a condition. So just the only mark on the car that was obvious to me, whether you can see it on there, just on the wing mirror housing, looks like it's just been tapped on something. So, you know, it's either an eBay job. I certainly wouldn't give you money to Volkswagen for anything like that, but it is on there. Wanted you to see it, because that really is the only blemish of any note on that car. Coming to the boot area, again, very deep boot on the car, loads and loads of space in there. Obviously the ski actually goes through as well, but very nice condition as well. And as I said, I will repeat, the car's not been cleaned by us. This is how it came to us. So offside rear door card, again, very nice condition, no marks of any note on there at all. There was a full set of Volkswagen mats fitted to this particular vehicle as well, but all very nice indeed around the back here. And then, sorry, the radio's managed to turn itself back on. I thought I'd done it by the condition. I have to apologise, I'll turn it off in a second. Door card on that side again, as with that one, very nice indeed. And the leatherwork back here is in fabulous condition. Coming to the front now, so I'll just get the wire sorted out. Again, the panels all very good indeed in terms of the door cards. Let's come around to the driver's seat itself, which is very good given the mileage the car's done. Only sign of obvious wear, tiniest bit in the bolster there, just getting in and out, but that really is the sum total of it. And then passenger seat, again, absolutely fabulous condition. And likewise the door card on that side in very nice condition as well. So inside the car now, engine's running as it has been all the way through, but the interior is in really lovely condition. Very original car in terms of the interior condition. Sat nav, as you can see there, working absolutely perfectly. Dual zone climate control system, and all the switches and buttons around here been kept in very nice condition as well. There's no obvious signs of wear on there. Coming across the main dashboard itself, the binnacle, just a pan in there for you. 116,213 miles, and there's no warning lights in this vehicle at all. Steering wheel looks, feels as new in your hand, in all honesty. As I said, the car's been kept, you know, as I said, I know the chap who had this car. He actually bought a car for me previously, and then he does keep his cars in very, very good condition. As I said, you know, I decided, which is rare for me, not to clean this car before the video, because I just wanted people to see it as it is. It will be given a clean, and we're going to have some mechanical checks in due course as well. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. And then this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Volkswagen Passat CC, and this is the GT BlueTech edition, registered DA11JZE, and mileage at the start of this brief road test is 116,206 miles. The reason for we do the road tests, as I say in all of them, is we want customers to see the cars in operation prior to coming to see us. That way we can sort of feedback and relay any messages to you in terms of any issues there may be on the car. The problem with the internet, of course, is that it allows you to look much further afield and narrow down your search for a particular type of car, such as this may be. But it also leaves you exposed to, you know, having your time wasted if there's an obvious and fundamental problem with the car, which should have been, you know, informed about prior to coming to see it. The road test is also done on exactly the same road test route as any prospective buyer will go on, so hopefully will be representative of what you'll feel yourself, and it also gives a clue as to just how quiet and nice the roads are around here for, you know, any test drive for someone who wants to buy the car. Just a very brief background to this car, as you probably know from the adverts. This car came in on a part exchange to us. Chap bought a Honda from us. He'd bought one previously many years ago. So we don't, because we are, you know, we generally sell sort of Honda and Lexus cars is our main business, as well as classic cars. So anything like this one that comes in a part exchange, we offer it at a price which we believe is very, very, very keen for type, specification, age, mileage, etc. for the vehicle, and also condition. Coming back to the mechanicals of the car, engine starts absolutely instantly. Just press the key in and hold it in there, and it settles to a very, very smooth, very even idle. There's absolutely no warning lights on the car at all. Let me go. But the engine itself pulls very, very nicely, very sweetly. There's absolutely no warning lights on the vehicle at all, and that relates to the engine or any other part of the vehicle. The engine itself said, just, you know, they do build them tough. It's got plenty of grunt. This is the 170 horsepower engine as well, so it's got, you know, it's the higher horsepower engine, but it really does pull very nicely, and it doesn't, you know, the whole car feels like a much lower car, mileage car, sorry. So I'm a bit croaky this morning, I got a bit of a cold, so I do apologise if this is coming across a bit more kind of subdued than normal, but I woke up feeling groggy as anything. There we are. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the car, very smooth in operation. Clutch pedal in or out, there's no vibrations coming back through into the vehicle at all. It's got the actuation, the bite point is exactly where you want it to be as well. Clutch then feeds through into 6-speed gearbox. Probably, in my opinion, I think Volkswagen are the only other manufacturer, particularly on Honda, in terms of manual gearboxes that sort of they're very, very good, because it's not just about, you know, all the gears are there, synchro mesh is perfect, but the shift quality is very good. It's quite short in throw, but the gating is really good. The springing between the gates is very, very well defined. It's very hard to get yourself lost in the gearbox. It's very positive, but I can't feel any wear in it. It feels really, really good compared to it. So in terms of the complete powertrain, engine, gearbox, clutch, exactly as you'd hope it to be on a car I'd done half the miles, in all honesty. Steering of the vehicle, very well done, very precise. Again, can't detect any wear in it at all. Track's absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel of the car, and I'm up to the legal limit now in the vehicle. But it's very precise. It's lost none of its kind of precision from new, that I can feel it certainly. And you know, again, I can't just feel any sort of slop in it or any play which would, you know, sort of suggest any wear deep into the system. Suspension of the vehicle, very, very well judged. Very, very well judged. It's one of the first ones of these I've driven. Certainly compared to the standard Passat, which I might be completely wrong, but it feels a little bit softer than this. But this one is very, very comfortable. But it's got a slightly better body control from, again, maybe it's just I haven't driven one in a long time, I don't know, but they've done a very nice job on it, to be fair to them. It's also got absolutely no sort of clonks or bangs coming from the suspension at all. You'll hear it going over bumps, as you've just done there, and rightly so. But what I'm looking at for is kind of those secondary sort of clonks and metallic noises, which would suggest a bit of kind of wear in normally items like kind of drop links or anti-roll bar links, you know, little rubber bushes that perish, but there's nothing on it at all. Driving here at the legal limit, very, very quiet indeed in here. That suggests that all door seals, windscreen sealed very well, so there's no damage on any of those, because, you know, they are you know, very, very, very quiet cars. But say all seems to be in, you know, very, very nice order there. Just going to make a turn here, but I'm going to hit the brakes quite late just to give it a good old shove, and they're very good. Solid brake pedal. There's no pulsing from the brake pedal or vibrations, and when it pulls up, it pulls straight and true. So again, all in very fine fettle. It will go through the workshops. We will be doing a pre-delivery inspection mechanically on the vehicle, just to check it over. But it's got a good MOT. It's been serviced about 1,000 miles ago, if not less than that. So it's all, you know, I'd expect it to be good, and it feels exactly, you know, as I envisaged. Looking around inside the car, you know, again, just a very nice place to sit and drive a car. Stylish, functional, not overcomplicated, which I actually quite like. Sat-nav system, you can see there, working absolutely perfectly. Air conditioning's pumping out absolutely ice cold air, and very, very, very well built. You know, there's been generations of VWs which, you know, I haven't particularly got on with. You know, they haven't been as well built as others, and Volkswagen have always had a history of building their cars very well, and it looks like they've got back on track with this one, because there's not a squeak or a rattle or a buzz. You know, you've got to bear in mind this has done 116,000 miles, but you'd be very hard pressed to differentiate between this and one done 20,000 miles. It just feels absolutely rock solid. Very, very impressed with it, actually. All the main functions work exactly as I should. As I said, I'm not an expert on Volkswagen. I'm looking around, I'm trying to see if there's anything sort of faulty on the vehicle in terms of what I'm pressing, but all seems to be working exactly as it's intended to. Main dashboard binnacle here is clear, legible. As I said, all the information's there. Temperature gauge running at just under 90, which is, from what I believe and what I've read, it was exactly where it wants to be on one of these things. So I'm just going to change my driving mode to comfort, because I've just realised it's got one of these sports and comfort buttons on it, to see if that makes any difference. So it sort of softens it up, which it immediately feels like it does, actually. At least it proves the button works, if nothing else. I'll find out more down this little lane. So again, steering wheel in my hand, just feels brand new, really. It's just, you know, all the switches, all the functions, exactly working as they should. That's really weird. Put it into comfort, it kind of changes the car and back to normal, back to sport. Sport mode seems to be in this very short test drive the one I prefer by country mile. When you go into comfort mode, it just makes it feel a little bit floaty, but maybe that's just a sort of contrast. But the sport mode, I think, is a very good setting for the car. I'd say the point of the video really is just so you could see the car in operation. If there's any issues, and as I said, I can relay them back to you. There are none in terms of the drive of the car. It drives absolutely beautifully. As I said, if I've missed anything out on the video, don't hesitate. Do give me a call, and I'll obviously happily answer any questions you may have about the vehicle. As I said, based on what I've experienced with the car, it drives absolutely fantastically well.